Hey guys, I hope you've been doing well. I hope that you've been having some good the last 2 days since I uploaded the video. And I'm hoping that you are trying to stay grounded and understanding who you are. So, today I'm going to talk a little bit of who we are, who I am, and how I'm making things to shift, and how I've been grounding myself, and talk a little bit about deities, and talk about just a little bit of what I do. So, I am, as you know, my name is Bárbara. I am from Mexico, from a place that is called Veracruz. I've been in the States on and off, but it was since 2003 since I came back to the States, precisely in the state of Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been living here since then. It was an adventure. It was an adventure in a way that I was growing myself as a person, as a being, as trying to figure out who I am and why sometimes I didn't feel connected to certain things because I felt that nothing made sense while being on this planet that a lot of people don't like. A lot of people have been awakened for perhaps more than a decade, and they try to roll with it, but sometimes they become very angry because they are like, I didn't volunteer to come to this planet, and I'm like, now I understand. Yes, we do. Many years ago, that I was in my own apartment with my daughter, I was talking to her. What were we, right? And I know that we choose to look like this. We have flesh, we have wrinkles or under eye bags, or we have illnesses, or we have emotions that sometimes we feel they don't belong to us. And I struggled many years with that because I was angry at my ex husband, I was angry with a person that I dated, I was angry at my job, I was angry at myself, I was angry about why I was not able to do things the right way. I was angry at God, I was angry at a lot of things. And even though every every little thing of that was going on, finally I understood, not just at this age that I am, 44, but before, I understood that it was something that I chose. We come from far, far away. We can't see it, not unless you decide to commit yourself to meditate, to sit yourself and ask God or the universe to show you exactly where you come from. My image that I was shown to me, it was planets that we are never going to be able to see with a telescope or whatever it is that scientists use, because they are a reason they are hidden from us. And what I saw, it was just I don't even know what I'm moving my hand, but I feel like I don't know how to describe a soul, because it is what it's within us. And I saw white lights, and I saw angels, and I saw gold dust, and I saw sort of like the Andromeda, what is it called? See, I see it in my head, but I cannot spit it out. I forgot. I'm so sorry. But I don't know, like the nebula. Yes. Andromeda, like Andromeda Nebula, something like that, where we are. And then we become little things they decide to come to this earth, to this planet. I mean, there's many planets out there, and there are things that a lot of us have asked and questioned. Are these real? Do they really exist? Is this for real? Is God real? Is this? Things like that. Because I used to ask those questions. When I used to be Catholic, I, I, I mean, I was in the church involved. I was 21 until 24 because my mom left in 2004 and I was 24 in that time. I decided to leave because even though I knew God is real, it didn't make sense the way that it was explained to me in a religious way. Because to me, now I understand and I see that God is in everything. Sometimes I try to see it in humans, but I know that we humans can be very angry, very bad, very petty, very um I mean, I think you understand there's a lot of bad things sometimes about us, but there's also great things. Not all humans try to be like that. But it's now I understand that it's because we are unbalanced. We get disconnected from that cord that is connected to God, the universe. And that's why we suffer so much. That's why we go through all these trials, all these things that makes us to cry, to hate, to love, to feel sad, all those things that you understand because we all go through that, like up and down, and sometimes we ask why is all this happening, and we are not meant to suffer. We are not meant to go through all these up and down, but it's because we act like humans because that's what we look like. You know, like I said, we have flesh, all these, all these things. And it's awesome. But because we start acting like that, we put our faith on the other things, meaning money, meaning material, meaning on things that don't matter. And we forget what we really are. And that happened to me. I understood. I mean, when I was 15, I always felt weird. I always felt that I didn't belong where I was at with my mom. And I was just like, "Ooh, this feels weird." I never felt connected. I was always wild in a way that I was loud because I was lacking of that connection with my mom and with God. And of course, I had some experiences that some shouldn't experience when you get abused. That happened when I was younger. And other things that I was like, and I started acting up. I never, I never did drugs because I have friends that did things and I didn't know the differences between good stuff and bad stuff. I was scared of that. Within me, I knew that if I would have done it, I would have been hooked. And I didn't want that for me. Something inside me knew that that was bad for me. So I kept growing. At 17 again, um, 17 again, that's when I had another breakdown because my mom was in the States and I was in Mexico with my aunt, one of her sisters, and there was a lot of chaos. And those both ages, 15 and 17, I tried to, what could be the word without getting censored? I tried to not exist anymore on this planet. I tried what I thought was going to be an easy way out. And obviously, it didn't work out because I'm still here. But now that I understand that I disconnected myself, then things make sense now. Just like any of you, I have to work. I had to be silly, or sometimes we say I'm stupid, or thinking that if I only should have done this differently. And sometimes we reflect on the things that were bad, but we don't see them as a blessing or as a good luck or as a something that could changes us. And now I understand that the more that I calm down, the more that I connect, everything makes sense. Many years ago, I started going to what we call, I don't know if you, some of you in your states or wherever you live, they call it psyche fairs, right? To me, it always intrigued me to know why sometimes I was able to sense certain things or see certain things or hear certain things. And I wanted to develop that. That makes sense to me. That was something that got my attention. That was something that I wanted to understand. And I was like, I want to help people. And that's what I do. Sometimes on, I don't know if you can see it, but it says the Inner Space Psyche Fair. I go there monthly, except this month, because like I said, I'm printing my business cards. I have a friend that designed it for me, and I just gotta print them. I took a break from, like I said, a friend that she passed. Some part of me is happy that she did because her body was dying inside. It was something that it was done to her, and it is sad, but at the same time, relief that her body doesn't have to suffer anymore. This month I still gonna enjoy it for myself because I'm looking for other places to do more psyche fairs and little by little leaving my job that I have, which is a server. A lot of you perhaps will say, well, you shouldn't be a server at this age. And sometimes I agree, sometimes life happens a way that is supposed to be. It's something that every one of us is supposed to go to our own life until finally we discover who we are. Some of you are content with God, which you believe is Jesus, aka Yeshua. Some of you believe in nothing. Some of you just, go roll as the ball is thrown and you go with that. And that's fine. We all have our own way to deal with life. So, when I was talking about my deity, La Santa Muerte, she has helped me. She has helped me. She appeared to me 5 years ago, but 5 years ago I was not ready. I was not ready to deal with her because it was the misconception of a lot of things that I have heard about her. But then now that I understand, it's like death comes for us all. Well, it comes for our bodies, not precisely for us like that. Some of you understand that there's an afterlife, and some of you are like, no, it's not. There's nothing after we died, and yada, 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 yada. And that's fine too. I'm not here, like I said, I'm not here to convert you. I'm not here to do a cult or things like that, because except those that are looking for help, like I said. um, After this video, I'm gonna send it to two of my local workers, and I asked them if they wouldn't mind leaving a little review. So, and I will put my email so that you can save your spot if you need a little help. I do readings. I'm not psychic, because we all are. We all have something within us, even those that deny it. You follow, even if you just go like, it's just Tuesday or whatever. You have something that is guiding you, whether you can see it or not. So that's how I want to help. I'm, like I said, I'm printing my business cards soon because I want to help people. I want to do gatherings where we can do healing, we can do things that will make you see how to live in your moment, in your present, how to expand yourself, how to protect yourself. And yes, talking about deities, there's 7 continents on this planet, and every continent has their own belief or names for their deities or their gods. And they are the same, except they are called different names because, again, 7 continents. And with me, La Flaquita, she appeared to me 5 years ago. And like I said, I wasn't ready to work with her because of those things. They're like, she's bad, she does this, she does that. But in reality, it is us. If you wish for someone to die, yeah, it's gonna happen because that intention comes from you. The intercession that she does, she might see it, but remember, everything that you do comes back to you. And I'm not using her to hurt anybody, to harm anybody. I like the connection that I'm having with her because she helps me to ground myself, to understand God, to understand me, to try to be more concealed of things that seem a little not understandable at the moment. Patience, like I told you. Yeah, I have asked her for money to help me with money. And I showed you last time, and I got another one. They say it's 20 times. So, but I have to put the work. This is not just like, oh my God, let me pray to this God or this deity and things are gonna happen like that. For some of you, perhaps it will. But if you rush it and if you don't work on yourself, don't be surprised when things start falling apart because you are supposed to keep working. This relationship that you build with you, I'm doing this because I'm pointing at me, but with you is a relationship. It's a relationship. It's something that you just have to talk. You have to what's the word? Unfold yourself and be, like a little flower that it blooms and it grows and you gotta feed it and you gotta do things that have to make sense for you. uh and I've been watching two other people that talk about her. If you Some of you are already, what's the word, familiar with her, I will put the names of those two people that I follow on YouTube. But see, I have mixed both because I hear both on who we are and deities. We are these souls, these dust, these spirit, these things that evolve into human and look this way because God wanted us to grow up. It is a painful lesson sometimes. It is something that not a lot of us are ready to confront, but it is what it is. If you haven't given up, you just have to, keep moving forward. See how sometimes my voice kept changing? It rained, and this time it didn't close up as much because I told you I was going to keep working on myself. And that's what it takes. It takes to work on yourself. It takes to connect. It takes for us to connect that cord again. Whether you want to do it through deities or whatever, you have to go back. You have to come back. And you'll see that eventually you're going to feel this peace that no one can give it to you. No one else. Not love from a man or a woman, not even your kids. You will love, you could be in love as much as you feel like it, but this love is not like the human love. I love my daughter. She knows that. And she hugs me and she kisses me. And now, we haven't argued about things, about the silly things that she used to make me feel sad because I was like, oh my God, woman. But it's because I am working on me. I'm working on making these changes. And I'm just happy. I'm just happy. Yes, sometimes people at work are still gonna piss me off a little bit. But I've been asking La Flaquita, I'm like, please just help me as much so that I will not lose myself. Try to ignore it. So that's what I'm doing. And I like it. And I like it. I don't care if somebody wants to judge me. I don't care. I'm living my life. No one else is paying my rent. No one else is buying me food. Well, sometimes my significant other helps, but still, he doesn't judge me. So, but I just want you to know that don't give up. Relax, breathe, take it in, and you will find the answers. And if you have any questions, as usual, whatever, you can leave a comment and we'll grow together. And like I said, I will link my email so that you can save your spot for next month. And then I'll get in touch. Again, this is something serious. I don't want anybody just to be like a little idiot that trying to say something. I'm not here for that. I again, I can be nice, but I can be a c word. Like, because to me this is not a game. I'm not treating this as a game. So, but if for you it's gonna be, just save yourself. I've I really want to guide you in some ways that you feel connected to your present, so that you can build your future. So, okay, well, take care, and I'll talk to you next week, and see you another time. Have a good one. Bye.